Hey everyone, hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday evening. Thank you everyone for joining me for another live egg cutting here with Python Addiction. So, today is going to be a little bit of a repeat of like the first clutch. I can see all the babies are already out. They all had their heads out yesterday when I did the publish of this live stream to be scheduled for today, and they're already all out from what I can see without actually peeking into the tub. So we're going to be taking a look at these guys in just a minute. This is an all pied clutch. This clutch was a pair between my boy Jade and my pied girl Tasha. So they're both visual pieds. They're both high white pieds. So that's kind of, even though the high white is not considered, generally speaking, as a genetic trait, I'm going to assume that these are probably going to be high whites. Hi, Kat. Thank you very much for coming. I see we got one here so far that's joined us. Thank you very, very much. So, as I've done, this is clutch number 7 for the season. I have 2 more clutches that are currently in the incubator, which will be clutch number 8 and clutch number 9, even though the original pairing for clutch 8, the initial one, was not a success. The following clutch that actually did lay, I actually counted as clutch number 8. So there's a little bit of confusion with some of my videos and how I labeled things accordingly there. So I've got 2 more clutches that are going to be coming out soon. I don't have anything else that has laid anything as of yet. I have one more girl, my girl Luna, who should lay something. She's shown all the signs that she's going to lay, but she may not end up laying. So we'll have to wait and see on that side of things. So I'm going to jump right over to the overhead camera here so you guys can see. And in the chat there, can you guys hear me okay? I've had to mess with the volume for the microphone, and I wanted to make sure that it's coming across good for you guys. I know a couple of people have said that the live stream comes across a little on the low side. So if you can't hear me or something like that, let me know and I can make adjustments accordingly. But we are going to jump right into this clutch. Oh, now isn't that cute? We've got a little tail right there. So we do have one egg that I will finish cutting, but otherwise we have these stupid little flies. We have 4 out of these 5 because we had a total of 5 eggs here. So 4 of them have hatched out. And these are all just normal pieds. They're nothing special about them otherwise, morph-wise or genetic-wise. So, and as I figured, these are so far all high whites. I mean, that one is, other than head and tail, that's all white. That's absolutely beautiful that way. But all different variations of high white. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and this one's starting to peek its head out here. So instead of the tail, now we got the little nose. Boops. Right there. Boops. So we will get that one cut since we have one thing to cut. And as normal, I'm just using my round tipped end scissors to do the cutting. And he's already come out pretty good, so this won't hurt him a bit. And I'll show you guys a little bit closer on camera. I'm just going to follow right along the edge, right where this baby already started, and we'll just cut around that way. And then we can take a little peek. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there we have it. A very quick egg cutting here for this whole all-pied clutch. And this is one of the nice things when you're getting into some of the recessives and everything like that, of how you can actually gauge and plan for getting specifics. If this were clown paired to clown, you would get an all clown clutch. If this were visual desert ghost to visual desert ghost, you would get all visual desert ghosts in the mix. And this is part of what I am working towards when it comes to some of my pairings, is always having visual to visual whenever possible, so I don't get a chance of getting a normal. Or if I'm not doing visual to visual, doing at least one visual to a 100% het for that particular recessive, so that all of the babies are guaranteed to be at least het for that recessive or whatever recessives I am working with. So this is an amazing little clutch. We've got these stupid little flies going on here. I don't like them. But I will let this one come out of the egg on its own. Once it comes out on its own, they will go into... I might just pick up that egg. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I want to pick up that one egg, and I'm going to move all of these guys right over to a bin that's got paper towel damp. Get that set up. Just using a little spray bottle here. And got a bin with some paper towel in it. So we will move this one egg, and then we will move all of these babies over here. And again, these guys will all stay in the incubator around 10 days, give or take a couple of days. 10 to 15 days is normally what it takes for them to do their initial shed. And I got them all. And we'll use this top here, and we'll just take care of that afterwards. So there we go. I'll show this for you, all of you, to see. We can even zoom in a little bit so you guys can see these babies just a little bit better. Absolutely gorgeous clutch. Absolutely gorgeous clutch. I actually like some of the normal pied, because you get some really nice, just base, dark, contrasty patterns on what does show. And I find it interesting that both of the parents are high white parents, or high white pieds like these guys. So they actually made all of these were all high whites. So that's kind of a interesting aspect, even though technically speaking, the high white shouldn't be a trait that's passed on. I'm wondering if it might be, because that is something that I've heard a lot of other people have had happen with their high white to high white pairings, is having a little bit more of a proclivity for it to go high white for all of the offspring. Because I paired my high white boy to a couple of others, and I got mixes when it came to how much of the pied effect actually took on those other offspring. So I'm wondering, it's a good question and something to play around with when it comes to just looking at and continuing to do this type of pairing each year and seeing the number of high whites that I actually produce. So what do you guys think? I think this clutch is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Once again, here's the overview here of this clutch. I like pied. I really do. It's not my favorite morph. If I were to pick just one morph, that would probably have to be the bamboo morph, just with how it looks. But this is definitely in my probably top 5 when it comes to the recessives. Hi, little baby. You want to come for little chin scratchies, huh? Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this is a very, very short live cutting in this regards. I only had one that I had to cut open a little bit. And I really didn't need to actually cut that one because it already pipped through on its own. So we have clutch number 7. Looks to be a very successful clutch. And I'm looking forward to clutches 8 and 9 coming up towards the end of this month and the beginning of next month is when both of those are due. And then I have one girl left that I am waiting to see if she is going to lay to end this season. Yeah, I'm the same way, Kat. I love the high white is really nice and it's very desirable when it comes to the pieds, but I do like to have a little bit more of that color and that pattern mix up in there at the same time. So it's kind of a love-hate relationship when it comes to the whites because it is what it is. So, but thank you very much for that. I am going to get ready to jump over to my Patreon live after party. If you're not familiar with that, for all of those that are Patreon supporters, I do another little live stream right after the normal live stream that is specifically for all of my Patreon supporters. If you're interested in becoming a supporter, you're always welcome to look in the description below and you'll see the link for my Patreon, and you can become a supporter for as little as $1 a month. And that helps me do a lot of different things. That helps me when it comes to doing these types of live streams. It helps me with some of the giveaway stuff, and it also helps with some of the rescue stuff that I do, as I can put those funds towards some of the food and the habitats and stuff that I need for some of that rescue stuff that I do. But otherwise, if you guys have any other questions, now is the time. Otherwise, I am going to jump over there, and I thank you all for all of your support, taking the time out of your evening to jump onto this live stream. I really love sharing all of the egg cuttings as they're coming out of the eggs. It's a good way to show you guys the different projects that I'm working on and what the results are. And it's a very appreciated thing that you guys are coming to watch this. So otherwise, I thank you all. As always, I love you. You've been watching Python Addiction, and I'm Jack. I'll talk to you next time.